Hello, let's do Starstruck for January 6th. Start with the easy. It's called Sixes. Let's play. All right, this is a gimme. This is a gimme. That only one place left in yellow, one place left in orange, one left in green, one left. Oh, nope, there's two left in brown. I missaw that. All right, but the two left in brown and the two left in gray line up. So we can't put them here. Also, it's just one of these two. So if it's one of these two, this touches both. So that's our brown, that's our gray, and then that's our blue. All right. Nice and easy. A little bit of geometry at the end there, but not too much. Okay, we'll go back and do the hard now. It's called jigsaw. All right, so this dark blue area uses all of row one and all of the last column. So we have to put the star here, otherwise we'll be missing one in that row or column. The other row or column. Now brown, the column one's going to have a star. It's going to give it to brown. So the rest of brown cannot have a star. All right. This formation here does take out of this cell here because this sees the entire row and touches this one. And it takes out of here because it touches all four of them. Okay. This cell here, this one, touches all of red or shares a column with red. Because this was taken out, now all of red sees this one. And now this formation all touches this, now that that's out. All right. What else do we have going for us? Oh, this row has to give its star to green, so the rest of green is not in. Now this column has to give it to gray, so the rest of gray is not in. These three grays all touch this one in the middle here. These two touch these two, so we can take those out. All right. Okay, I can do an elimination. This is kind of interesting. I'll pull up my pen for this one. So what I'm looking at here is I did a little what if in my head, right? What if this wasn't in? Then if we look at these two columns, you'll have to bear with me here. If you look at these two columns, it would eliminate. So you'll notice that green and yellow yellow's gonna give us, because we're assuming it's not here for a second. Then yellow would give one of the stars to these two columns and green would give the other one. So these would all not be in. So that would mean we need a star here or a star here. So the conclusion we can make from this is either there's a star here or here. In this case, the only other case is there is a star here. And so the rest of this column cannot have a star because there's going to be a star here, here, or here. That's guaranteed. Hopefully that made sense. Hope I explained that well enough. So now we're down to three here. This sees all of them, either touching or shares a column. And now we're down to these three, which I don't think immediately helps us, does it? Oh, but what we can do is we can look at these two columns here. And in these two columns, we're definitely getting one from orange, and we're definitely getting one from this. Sorry, not from that one. It's the wrong one. Getting one from this dark red. And so that means that these two are not in. Oh, we can also just look at this column and see it's one of these two. I always do that the most complicated way possible. Anyway, one of these two is in, and so this can't be in because it touches both. We now have only two places left for brown, which will actually decide, or in some way decide, where this red goes. Right? We're not putting it in both of these. We're not putting it in both of these because they touch. That's kind of what I'm saying. We haven't really gotten to the crux of this puzzle, have we? There's still some deduction that I'm missing. I was looking at how there's. Oh, sorry. There's only one place left in this bottom row. I wonder how long that's been sitting there. All right. Well, that puts a star there. That puts a star there. Puts a star there. So it's a star there and there, and there and there. All right. Well, the good news is missing obvious things allows me to talk about more complex strategy, which can help you in the future. I hope that wasn't sitting there too long. I don't know how long. I don't remember when that got limited to just the bottom row. That's interesting. Anyway, cool. Well, how'd you do?